Alright, so everybody, we're going to be working on our pegboard project today. And as you can see on the paper here, it gives you kind of a general purpose as to why we're doing this. The equipment listed is provided. So first thing we're going to do, and we've done some prep work already, so it's not going to be word for word, but you should have all made a project yesterday, a brand new project, so that all the parts that we make fall into the project folder called Pegboard Toy. Alright, I'll click on projects up here. As you can see, right now Pegboard Project 1 is what my project is called. So I know at this point, since there's a check mark right here, that all the parts I make today are going to fall straight into that folder for me. Go ahead and click Done. And if I look here on page number 2, and don't forget your project paperwork is double-sided, so all you got to do is flip side 1 over to page 2. First thing we're going to do is make the first part, and it's basically nothing more than a round peg. So I'm going to click on New up here, and then we're going to go on Standard IPT. Okay, and it says here on the paper that we're going to create a round part that is 1 inch in diameter and 3 inches long. So, question for everybody. What should be the initial shape that I make for this first part? Raise your hand if you know. What should be the part that I make? Yes, Haley.
A circle?
A circle, good. And what should the diameter of the circle be?
I don't know. 1?
1 inch, good. Alright, so I'm going to click on circle. I'm going to start right here in the middle. Devin, what's the middle, what's this green line here, right, the green dot called again?
The origin.
Origin point, good. So I know that's where I'm going to start my part. I'm just going to kind of get it started. 1 inch in diameter, so I'm just going to hit the number 1 and then enter. And then it says here that it has to be 3 inches long. So how do I make this circle so that it's 3 inches long? Harley.
Extrude it 3 inches.
Okay, and then in order to extrude an object, Jenna, what button do I put on push on the keyboard?
E.
Good. All right, so I hit E, and I'm going to hit number 3, and enter, and voila, you've made your first part. Now it says to save the part and call it round peg. So I'm going to go up to the magic eye up here and go save as, and I'm going to call it round peg. Now you can see up here I've already made this part in the past, so I'm not going to, I'll call it round peg 1 just so there's some difference.
Oh, you can put in all caps.
Something like that. No, it doesn't matter actually when you do that. Alright. What you can see, guys, and I told you about this yesterday, the nice thing about this project is as you get steps done, there's a little checkbox for you to mark off once you get done with one. So that gives you the confidence you need to move on to the next part. So I'm going to take a pen out here, and on my sheet, I'm just going to go simply mark it off right here. So I know that is done. Okay? And then it is now time to move to page 3 of the project. And it says open a new part file. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on the I and go new, standard IPT. And this time it says you're going to create a square part that is 1 inch by 1 inch by 3 inches. Okay, so that's not a perfect cube, is it? Because if it was a perfect cube, what would the dimensions be?
All the same.
Oh, right here.
Yes.
1 by 1 by 1.
Excellent, good. So, but what I do know at least is that the initial shape that I use, Tori, for this part 2, it should be what? It says create a square part 1 by 1 by 3. So what shape should I use? Rectangle, good.
Nuh-uh, you kept the papers.
Alright. Alright, so up here, it says 1 by 1 initially. So that means 1 inch long. So 1. I'm going to hit tab it says 1 inch wide, 1 by 1. I'm going to hit enter. I have a square. This is the square that I need. But where it differs than a cube is that when I extrude it, Jeff, when I extrude it, what number do I hit this time?
3?
Yep. 3 what? It's 3, it's supposed to be 3 what?
Inches.
Yep.
3 inches, yeah. 3 inches.
Okay, thank you.
What if I want to be...
Enter. It's got to be, this is how they want it done. If it's going to work, we have to do it this way. All right, so I've made my 1 by 1 by 3 inch shape, the square peg, and then it says to go ahead and save as square peg. So I'm going to go up to my magic eye, save as. I'm going to call it square peg 1 because I already have made this in the past. So, all right, save. Okay. Now you notice I didn't make any specific color for this. If you'd like to make your own color for the objects, that is totally fine with me. I'm going to stick to basics here for this one just because it's easier.
Did you think we should like make it all and then put colors in it?
You could, but you always have to be in the IPT or the part mode of it. Like, don't go into the assembly and expect to change the colors of everything because it'll be very difficult. It's better to go back into the parts themselves and just change the colors and save. Okay? So I got part 2 done. I'm going to go ahead and check box that one, check it off. Now what I need to do is the actual pegboard itself. So it says open up a new part file. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it says label the front, the top, and the right side of the pegboard below. We have a little bit of experience doing this from the WisWeb applets game that we've played before in here. And also you have experience from our isometric sketching that we've done the past few days, where you were told to label the front, the top, and the right side of the cubes that you drew. So with your partners, go ahead and label actually on the drawing itself where the front, the top, and the right side views are of your object. We'll go ahead and cut video and then we'll come back to this.